So bowls, we're going to start with a ball of clay. This is going to be a smaller size bowl, both of these. And you just kind of have to waste a lot of clay through trimming with bowls. You have a rounded foot, so all that gets trimmed away to the bottom. So it needs a little bit more clay than you want. Okay. So slap it down in the middle, pat it down. And it's a good idea to turn on the wheel. Okay. And you're going to push it down into your wheel head. First, I'm going to center, using this line right through the center of the clay, pushing it up, pushing it down. Just got my foot off of the pedal so I can lean forward a little bit more. And it helps just get my body into it, so I'm not using my arms as much, but more of my body to center the clay. And then as I get closer to being centered, and as the clay tightens up, then I'm going to push it up just a little bit less, a little bit lower, and then I'll just kind of refine it slowly. So with a tall cylinder, you would want a tall, narrow centering job. With a low bowl, then you're going to want a little bit wider base, so you're going to center it a little bit lower. So I'm just going to flatten it out really slowly. Try to stay under control here, and then let off really easily. And when you're going wide, it's really easy for it to start to get wonky if you let off really quickly. So let off very slowly as you release the clay. So I'm going to add a little water, make a divot. And it's important to leave yourself plenty of clay down there at the bottom, because you want to have options for different feet. Unlike a cylinder, it's pretty standard foot. With a bowl, you have a lot of options if the foot's going to come out this way, if it's going to tailor in that way. So sometimes I'll leave an inch of clay down there, and to give me a lot of options. And also when you're making the bottom of your bowl, that curve should be nice and smooth. And sometimes it's not nice and smooth in the beginning. You have to push it down further to get it nice and smooth. So if you start with an inch or 3/4 of an inch, it allows you a lot of flexibility to play with that curve. So that's I think the #1 goal for beginning intermediate is to get a really nice smooth curve down at the bottom. With that, I'm going to be conscious to go very slowly here and check it. So I'm going to let off really easily, get my needle tool, push it in there. It might seem overly thick. So I've got that much. I'm going to go a little bit further, but not much further. It's very thick down there. Very slowly. Okay. So, got the base, the bottom. I'm going to draw a line from the bottom here to about right here. So it's kind of a diagonal line that I'm shooting for. Don't worry about getting a really nice curve in there right now. We're going to set that later. But what I don't want is to go flat and up, because you can't really add clay in there to get that curve. So go extreme, make that angle high, and then we're going to bring it down lower later. So I'm just going making a diagonal line from the bottom here to about right here. And with that, I'm using my hook fingers just like I would with the cylinder. And I'm coming up diagonally here. I'm going to flatten this area out, compress this ring. There we go. Just compressing this.